Hello, my friends. Welcome. I am Rachel Archelaus, founder of the Intuitive Art Academy, writer, gardener, youth track star. Today we're doing an Ask Me Anything because my wonderful co-host is off at the Olympic trials watching dreams come true. I mean, I couldn't think of a more inspiring place to be. I've been watching it on YouTube as much as I can. I just love it so much. She's watching the running trials, and she follows a lot of the athletes in running because she's a running coach. I follow some of them because I am an interested spectator. It's been really cool to watch. So if you're watching that too, let me know in the chat. But today I just wanted to come on and just let you have me. So if you have any personal questions, if you have any business questions, anything I can help you with, how do I navigate the world as a psychic being? I have some questions about my lifestyle that have come up through email. Anything you want. What's it like being divorced? We'll go there. So I'm really just here to be helpful or entertaining to you today. Thanks for coming. And yeah, why don't we get into it? Hi, Kathy. Hi, Guillaume. Hi, Katerina. Okay, cool. So Guillaume is watching the soccer European Championships. That's awesome. I've been watching the European championships in running. That's been really cool. If you guys follow running at all, Femke Bol still crushing it this year, doing amazing. The Dutch teams in general are amazing. But anyway, so why don't we, if you have any questions, by the way, put them in the chat and I'll read them off. But we'll start with the ones that came in through email. So the first question is, any wisdom or things that you remind yourself about as you moved toward living your ideal lifestyle? So the thing is, you can probably relate to this. It's really hard to know how you're going to feel in the future, right? Like, we don't know how happy we're going to be or how sad we're going to be or how our interests might change. We don't know what decisions we're going to make. So we don't know where we're going to be in life, who we're going to be with, where we're going to be living, what we're going to be doing. So I didn't really have access to any of that information. And so I found that what I kept doing was just trying to feel as good as I could feel in the moment. Hey, Jana. So, and I still try to do this. Like, how can I make right now the most optimal that it can be? How can I honor myself in this moment is a really, really good question. I try to do that as often as I can, right? How can I honor myself right now? What is my truth wanting me to do right now? And that can get me to make decisions that benefit me. How can I live my truth right in this very moment? Because we don't know where we're going to be. But if we live our truth now, we're going to create a life where more truth is present. And I think that is what I've been able to do. And I think that's why I have gotten into a better, more appropriate lifestyle for me over time. Because let me tell you guys, if some of you know, some of you don't, but if you read my book, Intuitive Art, you'll know a little bit of it. I wasn't, so as a kid, I was like sparkly-eyed, talented, smart, bright. I had a lot of friends. I got along with everyone. Kind of like if you pictured me now as a kid, that's who I was. But as I went through high school and we moved and I was living in the haunted house and I married someone who is just really traumatized and not very nice, I was a mess, a total mess. I had no self-esteem. I had no confidence. I didn't really have much of my personality. I was just kind of surviving. And what I did to bridge from there to here is just slowly add more of me back into my life. I added intuitive art back into my life. I started doing psychic readings on the side of my day job. And then I got divorced, and then I made some friends, and like, you just slowly build your way up a little bit at a time, asking yourself, how can I be more me today? So that is first question. Second question is related. It is, would you say that your lifestyle is more of what you like now than 10 years ago? Or you feel as satisfied then as you do now? All right, you guys are here for the real tea. 10 years ago, I had just started the Intuitive Art Academy online. I was doing my own stuff part-time. I was coaching, doing psychic development stuff, teaching intuitive art workshops once in a while, but it wasn't a full-time income. I had also just finished up my bachelor degree. I wasn't in a day job anymore though. So I haven't had a day job in like maybe 15 years, which is really cool. But that doesn't mean I had a lot of money, right? So I was pretty much still in like, I'm broke AF, but I'm doing what I love. So in that respect, it was great. I loved where I lived. I, was in a new relationship. I started my business. I liked doing business. I liked learning about marketing and, bringing intuitive art into like the global sphere. I had a lot of energy and excitement and optimism. My lifestyle was just clearing up. Like, I had stopped smoking, which, can you believe I smoked? That's how kind of astray I got for myself. And I didn't drink anymore. I was never a huge drinker, but I got too happy for alcohol. Like, I got too happy for the coping mechanisms I'd picked up along my life, which was good. So 10 years ago, I was just starting to feel more like me now, where like the good was sort of outweighing the bad. But I was happy. I was really happy. Even in all the mess that I lived through, I would tell you life was great. I was like, yeah, this is great. I love it. Because I always sort of had connection to that optimism and to it's going to get better and it could be a lot worse. So I've always lived on like the happy side of the stick, except maybe in high school. So my lifestyle now is way more relaxed, way easier. I have a lot more money now, which, it helps. It really, really, really helps. I've got security and stability and a better house, a newer house, a bigger garden, more animals. Eric and our relationship has deepened a lot, so it does get better. And I'm assuming, because I keep doing what I'm doing, it's going to keep getting better and better and better and better. So the more you appreciate the moment, the more you're going to have to appreciate, the better your life is going to be. So yeah, life definitely got better for sure. But it only got better because I appreciated all the good things. And that is what I was focusing on. It could have gotten a lot worse, but it didn't. So hopefully that answers your questions. Hello, Willow Tree. I love that you guys all talk to each other in the chat. It is so fun. I'm sorry if you're watching the replay and you can't see that, but they're all saying hi to each other and it's really great. If you are watching the replay and you have a question, you can feel free to leave it below. So I see a whole bunch of you are here, but I don't have any more questions. So I guess I'll look at my phone and see if anything's coming through Instagram. But if you have a question for me, please put it in the chat. And also, it doesn't have to be about me. It can be about advice for you from any of my past experiences. So let's see. It's kind of dumb if I just look at my phone, isn't it? But and it's not even working. That's great. Willow Tree, yeah. What is something I want to share? I think the biggest thing, oh, and I see, thank you for listing your questions. I'll get to all of them. Something I want to share, you can be all of yourself, and you don't need to be all of yourself in one place. I think that's been the hardest thing for me to grapple with. Like in my life, I get to be every single thing that I am, but it's not necessarily all going to show up in one coaching session. It's not necessarily all going to show up at the gym or in my grad school papers, right? So like loosening up and like relaxing and knowing like I'm a consistent being, regardless of what I'm doing or what I'm sharing or who I am or what kind of fragment of me is showing up. Like as long as I'm being honest and truthful and like aligned and authentic in the moment, I can trust whatever's coming out, right? So like I'm in graduate school. I'm not hiding who I am. Anyone can look me up, but I'm not blasting out to everyone, hey guys, I'm psychic, I'm a channeler, I'm an alien, like, but I'm happy to have that conversation with anyone that brings it up. My worlds do collide sometimes. Like people at the gym follow me on Instagram and they see Intimate Alien. And like, it's totally cool. They love it. And I even dress up sometimes for the gym and they love it. So I think knowing like I'm not misrepresenting myself by being whatever shows up for me in the moment, wherever I am, is great. And it allows me to make decisions based on what I want instead of like how people will perceive me. Like I love being in school right now. And you guys, I'm actually applying. Can you believe this? I don't need a job, but I'm applying for a part-time research assistant job so that I can learn more about research. And like, I've been going in my head about that of like, why would I get a job? Why would I sign up for that? Why would I have a boss when I don't need to? And I just keep going back to the fact of like, I want to, like, that sounds like fun. I want to learn more. I want to be in that environment. I want to meet people who are doing this kind of work. I want to expand my network. I want to, you know what I mean? So that could be like one thing that I hesitate to tell people because I even hesitate to think about it myself. So yeah, you can be all of you, and not everyone needs to know all of you. Okay, that was a really long-winded answer. Let's see. And thank you, Willow Tree. So Katarina, any suggestions on living my multidimensional identity? Hey, I think I kind of channeled you. I got contacted by my angel collective and some members of my star family last year, and the guides angels are getting clearer all the time. Congratulations, first of all. A lot of people are looking for this kind of experience, so that's wonderful that you had that. Yeah, so there's no need to rush it, right? Like, but maybe if you want to feel more connected, make time to chat. Put it on your calendar like you would calling a friend, maybe a busy friend. So get out your journal or sit at your computer and you can like maybe channel the conversation or just feel into it, ask them questions in your head and feel the answers. Just to get more acquainted, just to get more friendly. Before I realized I was a group being, my guides and angels came to me like a panel, like I was talking to them outside of me. And we did that for years and years and years. I mean, my whole life really, before I had that experience of them really coming into me and me realizing like, oh, I've just been talking to aspects of myself. So an intimate alien came in while I was driving and she said, I want to be more a part of your life, which it sounds like that's what happened to you. And then over time, I let her write first. I let her write a little piece of who she was and why she was there. And then I let her do a video where she could talk about whatever she wanted. I just recorded it. And so just experiment, play, make time for them, get to know them better, ask them questions. And that will start a deeper bond and a more, an easier way of communicating. And congrats. Hope that helps. Katerina says, there is no one I would dare tell about my experiences. Okay, Jenna, what is the craziest business venture that you did and were like, why did I do that? Jana, I am so all about crazy business ventures because I just go for it. Like my mom, if she's watching, she will tell you, I don't even think about it. I just go for it. I think more now than I ever did. But like, I've just been doing this for so long. I just always knew something would work out. So why not do all the things and see what works out, right? So when I was 17, I started my first online gift shop business where I made my own things. Like I painted flower pots and I made candles and soap and paper and I sold them. And I don't think it was ever really profitable, but I did it anyway. And then I made a candle company and I sold candles locally and wholesale and at craft shows, and I had a little catalog, and like that was profitable as a seasonal business, like in the winter time. And I just always did it my way. Then I started a publishing company just by chance because I wanted to include one of my friends. He wrote like this collection of poems and I wanted to include it with one of my candle collections. And so I thought, oh, let's publish this book and include it with my candles. And that's where I started my publishing company because I was like, well, I need to get ISBNs and I may as well just register a name for this publishing company because maybe I'll want to do this again. And it just sort of happened. And then like it just spiraled and I ended up meeting all of these people and being in the New Yorker and being like, it's just, you never know where things are going to go. And so you go for anything crazy, right? Like I didn't feel like the ideas were crazy, but where they took me was crazy for sure. So maybe the craziest business venture that I ever did was like, maybe the Intimate Alien stuff. Like she had a fan club for a while and once I realized like, I can't do this anymore. Like, but she sent out a picture of herself and a letter and like a makeup product each month. And it was really cool and people liked it, but I just got to the place. So maybe that's the one. It's like, I don't know. Like maybe when she's like super duper famous, I'll do that again. But I think maybe that's the craziest thing. But like I've had a retreat with Intimate Alien and we all dressed up as our alien selves and we walked through the town and we went to lunch and people loved it. They were like, oh my God, you guys look so fun. So I just go for the crazy and it's so much fun. So don't look back, everybody. Just go for it. Okay. SD. I feel like you have lots of fresh you. Not sure what that means, but like it's your first incarceration on Earth. Where are you from originally? I understand. Okay, so where am I from? I'm from a lot of places, actually. I'm part Pleiadian. Intimate Alien is part of that. I am part angelic, and that really comes out a lot when I'm teaching. Like the Intuitive Art Academy is very much angelic. I'm part Zeta, and if you know me personally, or like my humor in my writing, like it's very dry and matter of fact and neutral. That is my Zeta-ness. I think also my love of science and learning and education is very Zeta. I'm also something that I don't even know. Like it's like these little blue triangles that they're from like the opposite side of the galaxy somewhere. I don't even know where. They don't speak, but I'm part of that too. And I don't even have a name for them. So there's probably more, but that's what I'm aware of at the moment. And I like it. So my personality is made up of all of them, which is why, if you guys have been following this intimate alien as CEO thing, that's why I rebel against her so often, because I am more than just her. Like, she's not really my higher self. She's part of my higher self. But like, sometimes if you followed any of the updates, I don't want to do what she's talking about, because there's more of me than just her. So I've been going through one of those things lately, even though it kind of leveled out, but I have my little tantrums too. So, and I don't look at, it might have been an autocorrect thing, but I don't look at Earth as an incarceration. I look at it as I chose to be here. Everyone who's here chose to be here. We're not here for that long either, in the grand scheme of things. Anytime I think, whatever age I am, like, when was the last time I was 42? I'm probably like 42 million, you know? So enjoy it while it's here. Enjoy it while it's here. And thank you for your question. Okay. Guillaume, and we have time for more questions if you guys have any more. On a free Law of Attraction coaching conference last Thursday, I confessed that I am feeling really stuck and unable to move. Had advice, but still feeling stuck. How to move past this issue. So I'm not sure what your capabilities are, right? Like, I can't see things in my head, so it's hard to visualize. Some people maybe have a hard time feeling things in their body, right? So it's hard to align to certain vibrations. But find a way to move beyond your current place. Because if you're stuck, you can only be stuck here. So where is somewhere that you're not stuck? Can you imagine a beach vacation, and whether it's happened or not? Can you imagine the life that you want and put yourself in there for that moment, right? Move yourself to a place that's not here, right? If you can't appreciate anything now, if you can't find anything good about now, if you can't find any crack to move through now, imagine, create some other place that you can be and go there in your mind or in your body, because you're the only one who can get you unstuck, right? When I was working at a publishing company a long time ago, I felt stuck. I felt like I want to do more. I want to have my own business. I want to be my own boss. I want to make my own hours. I want to have more freedom. And I didn't know how to do that. And so I imagined every day before I came into work that I was walking into my own business, that building, those employees, they all worked for me. It was actually my quilt factory. And that's what I did to get myself unstuck. And then a couple months later, I actually quit that job to start my candle company. So, and actually even cooler, a lot of the people that work there, well, not a lot, a few, ended up working for me in my publishing company, and some still do. So, your mind is so powerful. And if you use it, you can get to where you want to go. But you have to do it. You can't just want it to happen. You have to do it. You have to imagine it. You have to feel it. You have to use your resources to move your vibration to a different place. Okay. Esty, lots of fresh joy. I mean, yeah, and that's a practice, like we all have been witnessed, whether it's on TV or we know someone, or we read a character who's just like a ungrateful little brat, right? Nothing's ever good enough. And they think that they're going to get what they want by complaining, by being negative, but that's not how it works. And so we can choose joy, we can choose appreciation, we can choose love and life. And isn't that better? Like, I feel better like that when I'm starting to take in something that makes me feel bad. Like, my partner likes to watch, drama shows, Game of Thrones and whatever's on now, the Dragon Show, and like certain other things. I don't watch them because they don't make me feel good. I mean, if that does make you feel good, incredible. But it doesn't make me feel good to watch violence and unhappy people. And so I use that as a barometer for what I let into my consciousness. Does it make me feel good? Do I enjoy this? Is this fun for me? Then it gets to stay. And if it doesn't, I don't watch it. I don't take it in. I don't read it. I don't talk about it. I don't engage with it. Because I can only help the world if I'm in a better place. And so that is what I see. Okay. And so you also asked, what is unique for Earth? What is unique for Earth? So I'm used to being a non-physical being. I'm used to a really high level of autonomy. I'm used to having freedom. And Earth is incredible. I think even more so if you can get to that place vibrationally so that your life is more free. Growing up, we had a very middle class life, and I worked many jobs all at one time until I was like 29. And I struggled to pay my rent, and I would cry if my tire went flat because I didn't have the money to change it. And like, I found as much joy as I could during that time. And I would tell you again, everything was great, but like, I was definitely stressed out and like feeling limited. But I still had the ability to physically hold things and make things. I would make quilts, I would paint, I would express myself in writing. Like, the linearness of this world, that you can make things and have tactile sensations and relationships one-on-one, like that is very unique to Earth. And so even in a limited state that I was in, I still found the joy in it. And if you can appreciate wherever you are right now, then you can find a more helpful, a more stable vibration as you go that will then mimic the non-physical, and you also get the benefits of the physical. And I feel like I've really just begun to do that. Like, I felt like there was a real tipping point getting into my 40s. I mean, 30s was revolutionary for me. It was like the first time I'd ever really had like true stability since other than being a kid. And it was just wonderful. But then as I got older in my 30s and then into my 40s, I'm like, oh, God damn, like this is great, because life just keeps getting more and more stable. And when you are in a stable, free, open platform, then you really get to choose what is in your life. And it's quite wonderful when you're in that place. So I love Earth. Earth is great. And again, we're not here for that long. So why not make the most of it, right? Why not make the most of it? Okay. Well, we're at 12:59 Mountain Time, which is where I am. And so I'm just going to say thank you all. Thank you so much for asking your questions and emailing them in and being here and listening to me talk. I hope this was fun for you. If you ever want to do this again, just let me know. We have one more question, actually. Okay, so Shreyash, I don't feel anything these days. What should I do? Well, your question makes me think that you are feeling, because that's a lot of question marks. And usually when you ask a lot of question marks, you're feeling something. You're feeling a lack, maybe you're feeling neutral. You're feeling like something's missing. And so I would just ask yourself, body, show me happiness. Body, show me excitement. Body, show me love. Body, show me care. And ask your body to do the work and the heavy lifting, because it will. So I would start there and then see how that goes. But watch for subtlety. Very, very slight movement in your body, slight changes, nothing too big, right? Because maybe you're just missing the subtlety of what's happening. Okay. Well, thank you guys. Katerina, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for coming. Thanks for everyone who asked a question. And you will see me and Carrie in 2 weeks, because next week is the 4th of July in this country and we're going to have the day off. So we love you guys and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone. Thank you.